Okay, Harold, I just started the recording. So, my name is Matt Yancic, and I'm recording this on Friday, April 10th at 5 p.m. And it is actually Saturday, April 11th at 8 a.m. for our interviewee, Harold, in China right now. So, Harold, can you please give us your first and last Chinese name?
Well, my first Chinese name is Haoran,
Mm-hmm.
and my family name is Wang.
Okay, and what English name do you use?
Now, my English name is Harold.
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 Okay, and what grade are you in, Harold, right now?
I'm in grade 9,
You're in grade 9, and what grade are you applying to?
applying for, well, it should be grade 9.
Okay, so grade 9. Sometimes students like to apply for the next year. It's different for everybody. Some people apply for the same, some people apply for a different year. So you are the same. And Harold, what is your birthday?
My birthday is on January the 3rd in the 2000.
January 3rd, 2000. How old are you?
15 years old.
15 years old. Okay, got it. And Harold, did you take the SLEP or the TOEFL or the SSATs?
Well, I took both TOEFL and SSAT.
Okay, and do you remember, and it's okay if you don't, but do you remember your scores on either one of those tests?
Well, both. I got 102 in TOEFL and
Okay.
2050 in the SSAT.
Okay, great. And how about, do you happen to know your grade point average for the school you're going to now?
Oh yes, the grade point average. Well, I'm not very sure about that, but in the test, which the full score is 100, I always get 91 to 95.
Wow,
That's
so
it.
I'll bet you have a pretty darn good GPA, but it's okay if you don't know the exact number. I'm just asking for the video record, but we obviously have paper records which tell us what your GPA is anyway. Okay? Um,
Okay.
well, before we get to the kind of the school stuff, I'm gonna start you off by just asking, what's an extracurricular activity at your school that you enjoy, and why do you enjoy it?
Well, my extracurricular activities. Hmm. I think primary school sometimes organize some basketball events, and I enjoy them. Well, that's not very much because my classmates, my class team always loses, but I can play an active part and try to get one victory. And also, my school organized something like an English festival about two about a month in a term or semester, and at the end of the English West Festival, there will be a big show, and well, I enjoyed two of them, and I really took part in one of them, in a in a play, Alice in Wonderland.
Oh, so you actually put on a play.
Yes,
What were you one of the actors, or were you one of the stage crew?
well, unfortunately, I'm a narrator.
Oh, no, that's not. No, you shouldn't say unfortunately. You were the narrator of the show?
Yes, and I also played one of the soldiers of the Red Queen.
Okay, and so as a narrator, what was your job for the show? What did you actually do?
Well, I actually set on the background of the play, and also tell the audience where the players were and what they are going to where and what roughly they are going to do next.
Ah, okay. Did you enjoy that role?
Well, I enjoyed it very much.
Can you tell me why you enjoyed it so much?
Okay, I enjoyed it because Because first I can practice my English then, and the second I don't need to wear such heavy and not very comfortable those costumes. And also as a narrator, I can have fully and I can have much contact with audiences.
Oh, so you actually got to. Did you interact with the audience, or were you just only narrating?
Well, I get some interaction, but that's not very often.
Ah, okay. So do you think that are you a shy person, or you must be a pretty outgoing person if you could be the narrator?
Yes, I'm not shy anyway. Well, just no one thinks I'm shy. It
No.
just sometimes I will get a little nervous when talking when talking in front of a large crowd of people.
Oh, okay. But I think everybody feels a little nervous when they talk in front of a group of people, wouldn't you say?
Yes, yes, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
Yeah. So what do you think? What do you think your of your acting or narrating career? Is this something you're interested in doing in the future, or is it just something you tried for fun?
Well, I don't think it will be my career or my future. I just take it to train myself for a better future, but not on narrating. And also, I need to practice my English because there's only one course taught completely in English in my school, but in the recent term, there's no that class anymore.
Oh, really? Did they end that class?
Yes, it's suspended.
Oh, what was the class that they taught in English?
Well, I don't have an exact name, but the content of the class is there will be a foreigner from an English speaking country,
Mm-hmm.
and he will interact with us to train us our language and to teach us some of the country's culture.
Oh, okay. Wait, so when you say some of the country's culture, do you mean of the foreign culture or do you mean Chinese culture?
Well, I'm sorry that I didn't make it clear. Make it clear.
It's
It's the
okay.
foreign culture, like the British culture or the
Oh.
American ones.
Oh, I see. So your teacher was British or he was American?
Yes. So, well, in the first two terms, that was a British, and and recently there came an American from. Um, he just said he's from the West.
Oh, okay, I see. So it's kind of like it's different depending on who the teacher is, I guess.
Mm, Maybe.
Ah, okay. All right. Well, you know what? We'll kind of let's shift gears here, and those are some of your favorite extracurricular activities. But can you tell me what your favorite subject at school is?
My favorite subject. Well, I have some favorite subjects
Mm-hmm.
like physics, chemistry, and sometimes it's math. Sometimes it's physical education.
Wow. So that's actually kind of those are very different. So physics and chemistry and math, and then PE are very different kinds of subjects.
Yes.
So which one? So if I put you alone on an island and you could only take one subject, what subject would you take?
One subject.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that will be physical education
Hmm.
because anyway, I need to keep myself alive on the island.
Okay, that's a that's a really good answer, right? You have to stay in shape. Okay, sounds good. So how about this? What's your least favorite subject?
Arts.
Art.
That's absolutely arts. Well, my teacher said that I'm very poor in the arts imagination. I don't mean that I have poor imagination, but well, imagine I can imagine the object or the scene very well. But when I draw it, it tends to make a big difference.
Oh, I see. So you think that The difference between what you draw and what you actually see is a very big one.
That's not actually very big. Like I draw a cat as a boat, but it's just not look exactly like what it is.
Oh, I see. Can I ask you, how does that make you feel? Now your teacher tells you, the teacher says it's not very good, but how do you feel? Do you feel it's good, or do you agree with the teacher?
Well, sometimes I can draw a person very well, but for many of the times I just draw bad. I just draw not badly, not very well. But there's some time that I draw my teachers. Well, they look pretty much alike.
Oh, okay. But what do you think? What's your opinion? Do you think that you do a good job with your art, or do you think that it needs work?
Well, it needs work anyway. Uh,
Uh, and how does that make you feel? How do you feel when you look at a drawing and maybe it's not as good as you want it to be? Do you feel angry, or do you feel sad, or do you feel like you want to give up, or how do you feel?
well, it's just a mixture of both frustrated and the need for improving.
Oh.
But sometimes it just turns out that the improved work by me is even worse than its original piece.
Oh, really? Oh my goodness. I understand. I like to draw too, and sometimes I feel like the second time I do a drawing, it's for some reason it's not as good as the first. So I can understand. Are you doing anything to try to bring your art skills up? Are you doing anything to improve?
Sorry, am I going to do something to
Yeah.
what?
So I was asking if you don't really like your art class and you don't feel confident in your drawing and painting ability, but are you doing anything to improve your drawing and painting ability?
Oh yes, I'm doing something, such as I'm learning from some of the comparatively masters in my class on arts, and I'm learning from them to take some advice or experience. And recently, it's getting some better.
Oh, okay, that sounds good. So you're making improvements. But let's switch back to physics, chemistry, and math. Those are subjects that you really like.
Yes, I really liked it.
Why do you like those so much?
Well, let me first say about math. For math, I like algebra best, and for geometry, it's just I like geometry, but sometimes I will have difficulties while finding equations, always hidden equations, and mm, well, sometimes I will just neglect well to import it. Just say I sometimes didn't find enough equations to solve the problem,
Uh-huh.
so I feel down. But for
Oh.
algebra, I like very much, and I can use them to solve some practical problems in our daily lives.
Oh, what are some of the practical problems that you can solve with it?
Well, something like something like for example, my class is buying some appliances like mops, so I need to calculate which of them has the best, the price, and which of them can spend my money. Sorry. Let me organize it.
It's okay.
Well, I need to find the cat, the type of mop with the highest. Let me say with the highest efficiency
Mm-hmm.
price ratio. Get it?
Yeah, I do. Thank you for organizing your thoughts. Do you think do you like to organize your thoughts before you speak, or do you like to sort of be creative and make things up as you go, or what kind of person do you think you are when it comes to that?
Well, in my daily life with my best friends, and sometimes just let the words pour out. But when speaking in a formal situation or speaking before a crowd of people,
Yeah.
I just need to organize my words before first and then speak it out.
Oh, do you think that it's not just the way you speak, but maybe the way you prepare yourself? Are you a very prepared person?
A prepared person.
Yeah.
I just prepare for some tests and for some elections, but I don't prepare very much in my daily lives because I think that will make myself more more desolated from the world of hearts.
I'm sorry, can you say that again?
I mean just if I prepare myself too much in my
Uh-huh.
daily lives, I will just feel that I just think that other people are preparing as well. So that will exchange that will make the distance between our hearts, our minds longer.
Oh, you know what? That's really interesting. So you you're saying you don't want to prepare yourself for certain things in real life because you like the different chances or the different things that happen when you meet someone and like something unexpected or surprising happens. Is that right?
Yes.
Oh, that's so interesting. Well, can you tell me, is there something recently that has surprised you about another person or about maybe a story or maybe something that's happened to you?
Oh yes. Well, there. Let me just talk about my classmates.
Mm-hmm.
Well, with my classmates, well, in the first terms, everyone think he's a shy boy,
Uh-huh.
and um, he don't have any other interest in sports rather than soccer. But recently, I found him playing basketball and say tennis.
Yeah.
And in surprise, I found that he can play both sports very well.
Huh. So that was something that kind of surprised you about him? They said he was shy and
Yes,
all that?
yes, because he was always regarded as a shy boy
Oh.
before, and almost everyone in the class thinks he didn't have much interest in sports.
Mm-hmm.
So that something surprised me, and now I'm learning from him.
Oh, okay. Well, wait a minute. Do you think you're a shy boy or do you think you're outgoing?
Well, I'm outgoing. I'm not shy. Anyway,
What do you think makes you so outgoing? Um, what makes you different than someone who might be a little shy?
outgoing. Well, it's just I don't fear failure in my life because I think that the shy guys maybe they are afraid that they will say something wrong and will get some negative effects. But I don't fear it. Well, it's just like these things can accumulate some experience for me to help improve me in the future of my life. So I just speak my opinions out and wait them to be improved.
Oh, okay. So you look at mistakes as an opportunity to kind of, maybe they're a little embarrassing, but you look at it as an opportunity to get better.
Yes.
Can you tell me about any mistakes you may have made in the past and how you addressed them and how you got better?
Mistakes I made in the past.
Yeah.
Well, something like mistakes I made in the past.
Yeah,
Okay,
maybe.
so it's something happened in my grade 8, in
Mm-hmm.
my first term in grade 8. But it's just before the final exam, and the night before the final exam, I chose not to prepare better to review the lessons and to reread my notes. But I just choose to relax myself. I don't think anything about about the coming test. Well, it's just that I got too relaxed before the test, and I cannot concentrate when I was answering the math questions, therefore I didn't get a very high score. So after that, I get I it's not a funny journey. So after that, when I was preparing for my exams, I just need to concentrate more and do not get relaxed before the test is done.
Oh, okay, I see. So you think that the night before you got a little too relaxed.
Yes.
Okay. But let me ask you this. Do you think it's important to relax sometimes?
Yes, it's very important to relax ourselves sometimes. Well, something in China that the homework burden is very heavy, and we had to finish homework. Mm, and it takes a long time to finish our homework.
Yeah.
But I don't think that I need to do so much homework like practicing a model test. So sometimes I just finish my homework very fast and then go out to relax myself to prepare for the class on the next day. Instead of just sitting in the room and doing more tests over and over again, I just go out to play some sports to relax and to get a better myself tomorrow.
That's good. So you like to take time sometimes to make your heart feel better instead of making your mind. Yeah, that's really valuable, I think. Well, let me ask you this. You want, obviously you want to come to the United States. So why do you want to come and study in the US?
It's just something like I want to seek a better opportunity for myself. I don't think, well, anyway, I didn't say that I hate the Chinese education or something like that, but but actually, it just someone say that I'm a perfectionist, and in fact, I'm always thinking for the best myself. So I just heard about studying in an American high school. Well, that's an accident, but that's a chance. Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But after that, I was fascinated by the idea and tried to prepare myself for the best. And then, I just searched some resources on the internet to give me some basic ideas about studying in America for a high school. And then found that that's really something I want, to have more free time for me to do the things I like, and also to build my characters and to train my body so that I will be a more competitive person when seeking for a job or or getting or competing for an admission for a sorry to a very famous to a very famous university like Harvard, like that.
So it sounds like you're not just interested in the school, but you're also interested in becoming a very well-rounded young man.
Yes.
So was it your idea to come to the United States, or was it your parents' idea?
It's my idea. My parents didn't push me. On the opposite, they just feel a little bit negative at first. But then I tried myself to persuade them to agree to my idea.
Okay. Why did they feel a little negative about it, and how did you persuade them that it was the best thing for you?
Okay, well, at first they just think that maybe I will then stay in America and I can't help them when they are getting old. So yes, well I just say that many let me say many students. Well, sorry.
No, you're fine. You're doing very well. Don't even worry. Take your time.
Okay, so it's just something like many parents has worried about that before they send their child abroad.
Okay.
So just say that first The first, I think, from the resources and ideas I've got now, I think it's the best choice for me because I can get better opportunities and chances to express myself and to contribute and to contribute to the world or to the country. I mean, and also I think that they don't just worry about something when they were old, when they when they are old, and I think I will be back with them when they are in need.
Yeah, I think that's great. It sounds like you sound like a very intelligent young man, and it sounds like you've done a lot of thinking about why you want to be here. Um, can I ask you what you mentioned that you're interested in physics, chemistry, and math? Is that something that you want to study when you go to college eventually, or do you want to do something different?
Well, maybe. I'm pretty interested in science, like physics, chemistry, and also, well, that's another interest is about economics.
Oh, economics.
So I haven't decided which subject I will be studying later.
Oh, I see. So I think that's really good that you haven't decided because over the next few years, I think you'll get a chance to try different sorts of things and you can find out for yourself what you like and what you want to do.
Yes, that's also a reason why I want to. I choose to go to America because I don't know if you know, but it's just something like in China. If I took the college entrance examination, well, I need to take something like and I only it took me 3 years to prepare for the test, but it takes only a minute or less to for me to choose my later career. I think that I need a longer time to prepare myself and to find my real interest instead of well taking only 1 minute think about which subject which science field can bring me a higher salary and then choose it. I don't think it's a proper process for me.
So what is the proper process for you then? How would you do it?
Okay, well, I prefer to say like I prefer to spend more time to to try to search for the to search for the field or subject that I like best,
Yeah.
and then put my all effort to it, so that I can both work out something innovative, and also I won't feel very tired with it.
Yeah, I think you're right because a lot of people sometimes choose their career based on how much money they make or how famous they will be. But I think that if you choose your career based on what you like to do, you will be really successful because you're going to be happy to do that every day.
Now,
Yeah, so
yeah.
I agree with you. Let me ask you, I know that you're interested in maybe kind of a science or an economics kind of major in college and maybe that sort of a job after you graduate, but in your personal life, in 10 years, can you use your imagination and tell me what sort of person, what sort of things will you be doing in 10 years in your personal life to enjoy your life? What will you be doing?
Well, in the coming 10 years, I think in the coming 10 years, well, things I enjoy. Like I need to train my body to make it stronger, and I will make some friends so that I can speak out my wishes and my agony or my anger to someone when I feel down or like that. And also I need to find and also I want to well just search for a field that I like best, and then that will be something I enjoy while doing as well as my hobbies.
That sounds like a really good plan. It sounds like you're going to try and make yourself a well rounded well-rounded person. Well, you know what? Can you tell me? That's kind of a big plan, but what are some weaknesses that you have that you might need to try to overcome in the next 10 years or 20 years to be successful and happy?
Okay, for weaknesses, well, I think there's one is the carelessness. Sometimes I make careless mistakes, and which lead to negative results, and then and then in a way it just block one of my ways of something like getting a higher score or being more trusted by my head teachers. Now, even tests, uh, when I was figuring out a math problem, I was almost there when I wrote the 10 plus 2, and unfortunately, I just wrote an 8 at the end of the equation mark. Something like that. And sometimes I will make some silly mistakes just by carelessness. So I think there's some bad habits I need to get rid of in the following years.
Okay, so you think that maybe carelessness might be one of your big weaknesses. How do you plan to improve that part of your personality? Do you have an idea? What do you think you can do?
Idea, well, is something like think twice before putting into an action. It's just something I believe in, and I think this kind of beliefs may help may help getting rid of carelessness.
Yeah, that's probably a very good plan of action. Well, let me ask you, who is somebody in your life who has influenced you greatly?
Influenced me greatly. Well, both my mom and dad, because staying with them for the 10 years or more. Well, they for about 15 years, they just taught me some important um, criteria for being a man instead of being a human being, being just a human being. Something like persistence and also some virtues. I think these things are based for a real man instead of just a creature. And these things that when I feel down or when I'm frustrated by my failures, I will just look back to these criteria and then stick to my way going on until one day I finally find my success.
Oh wow, that sounds really wow. That's a better answer than I thought I was going to hear, but that's very good. Can you tell me? You mentioned this earlier about coming to an American school because you wanted to contribute things to the culture and to the world and to back home. What can you contribute to a school when you arrive here? What are some things that you can show people that you can bring from your home or from your heart to an American school?
Well, contribute.
Yeah.
Something like. First, I will take part in the sports team and get a good result, and then I will also more virtually. I can also condone some. I can also condone guys who doing wrong to me, and also I can do my best to get them back on their way, so that maybe I'm just someone that leading the school to have a good just that vocabulary stuck me.
That's okay.
Well, I just want to know if you get the idea. I think it's something that.
Okay. So then, last last question. If you could do one thing in your past differently, like maybe fix a mistake, can you think of anything that you would like to fix?
Anything that I think to fix.
Yeah, so think about your past and think about maybe a mistake you made. It could be recent or it could be a long time ago. Is there a mistake in your past that you would like to fix or change?
Well, I think
That's a tough question.
maybe because there's many mistakes I need to fix, but I don't know which is the one that I need to fix most. Maybe it's let me say. Well, okay, it's something happened in my junior high that one day I didn't remember the exact date, but on that day I did something very aggressive and that exasperated my head teacher.
Oh.
And after that, whenever there's elections for the students leaders in my grade, and then she never recommended me on that. But she does say, but it doesn't mean that she don't like my person.
Yeah.
But I think that's a mistake, and also because of this misdemeanor or something like that, I just missed many chances to improve my leadership and also to train myself.
Oh, okay. I think I understand. But you know what I think is good? I think that you understand what your mistake was and you want to fix it. And that's really the best thing is everybody makes mistakes and everybody does things they're not happy with. But it's rare when a person understands their mistake and tries to improve it. So I think that's a great thing that you are interested in improving. So let's start part 2 of the interview. And if you remember, for part 2, I am actually going to send you a short reading excerpt that I would like you to please read out loud in your best English voice. And then I'm going to ask you some questions about it. So I'm going to put the information in the text box. I think it should be at the bottom of your screen or maybe on the side there. Can you see it?
Yes.
So it starts.
Jack London's story.
Yes, perfect. So can you please read that out loud to me?
Well, okay. It's Jack's little story, Call of the Wild. Tells of Buck, a dog stolen from California, who's taken to Alaska during the Klondike Gold Rush in the late 1890s. Buck became a select dog, part of the team that transports supplies and people through the harsh winters. It was inevitable that the clash for leadership should come, and Buck wanted it. He wanted it because it was his nature, because he had been gripped tight by that nameless, incomprehensible pride of the trail and trace. The pride which holds dogs in the toil to the last gap, which lures them to die joyfully in the harness, and breaks their heart if they are caught out of the harness. This was the pride of Dave as the wheel dog. So of Solex, as he pulled with all his strength, the pride that laid hold of them at break of cap, transforming them from sore and sullen brutes into straining, eager, ambitious, ambitious creatures. The pride that spurred them on all day and dropped them at the pitch of camp at night, let them fall back into gloomy unrest and discontent. This was the pride that bore up Spence and made him thrash the slack dogs, who blundered and shirked in the traces or hid away at the harness up time in the morning. Likewise, it was this pride that made him fear Bugs as a possible lead dog, and this was Bugs' pride too.
Good job. You did a good job. So, quick question. Who is the main character?
Who is the main character?
Yeah.
Now, it just... I think it's the Buck.
Yeah, Buck. And what is Buck? Is he a person?
No. And from my experience of watching the NBA, I think Buck is a kind of deer.
Well, I don't know about that. I'm not sure if it's kind of beer, but in this story, what is Buck? So Buck is the main character, you are correct. And he's not a person, but what is Buck?
The Buck is a sled dog.
Yeah, that's right. So do you know what a sled dog is?
Yes, I think it's a dog that's pulling the sleds over the ice covers or the snow.
Yeah, you're totally right. You're totally right. Where is Buck from, and where did he go? Do you know that?
Where is the Buck from? It's a dog stolen from California, and it's taken to Alaska. During something, I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's right. During the Klondike Gold Rush, that was just an era in America back in the 1890s. But yeah, so he's stolen, and he's taken up north, basically. And Buck has some trouble with someone else. Do you know who that other person or thing is?
Oh yes, he has pride. He has some troubles with Dave, another dog.
Yeah, that's right. So he has trouble with another dog. Do you know what the trouble is about? Can you figure that out?
Well, I think I can because the Dave dog, well, he has set up the pride that call on the sled dogs to use all the strength for their masters, instead of considering about their own feelings, even when they were dying. So Buck didn't agree with it, and he thinks it's not comprehensive. It's not comprehensible for him.
You're close. So, Buck and Dave both have something called pride. Do you know what pride is?
Yes.
What is pride? Can you tell me?
What is pride?
Yeah. So the answer is not in the text. Do you know
Yes.
what the word pride means?
Well, pride is something that you feel that you feel like having, and it's something that you treasures.
Yeah.
And maybe you want to share it with others to show how great you are.
Yeah, so it's something inside you that, it's a feeling inside you when you're happy about yourself or when you like a part of yourself. So there's trouble between Dave and Buck, and it's about pride. That's your clue, is it's about pride. Can you tell me maybe what the trouble is?
Maybe Trouble.
Yeah, you're so close. You were so close with your answer, but it's not exactly what you said, but it's close.
The main problem.
There's something that a buck wants.
Okay, so let's let me just look for it. World space. Search.
So Buck and Dave are having trouble with each other because they both have pride and they want to be something for the other dogs.
Yes. Well, for Buck's pride is to, of the text said is the pride of the trail and trace. I think it means to use all their strengths for the masters, even though they're dying out. So even though they're dying, and to feel sad, when they're not used by their masters. It's the pride of that.
Yeah, actually, you're really close, and you actually pointed something out that I hadn't really thought about before. But the reason they have a little bit of trouble is both dogs want to be the leaders, and
Yes.
And they both want to do an excellent job for their masters. So they're trying to impress their masters, and they're trying to do their best. And they have a little bit of trouble because one wants to be the leader and the other one wants to be the leader too. So
Yes.
Thank you actually for pointing out the idea of them doing well for their masters. I actually hadn't thought about that before, but that's a really good interpretation of it. I think you did a good job, and we are basically finished, Harold, with the recording part of your interview. So I'm going to hit the stop button right now, and then